Yes, explain about yourself.
Good morning, sir. I'm happy to be here. My name is Anjali. I'm from Telangana. I have completed recently my graduation in Mallareddy College of Engineering at the stream of Computer Science and Engineering with the aggregation of 8.75. And I have completed console-based applications like loan banking system and railway reservation system.
Okay. So, what is your current project? I mean, college project. What you completed? What is the name?
Face recognition system.
Face recognition system. What are the technologies used?
I have used machine learning algorithms in Python as a backend language, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript.
So, are you okay to explain your college project? Explain about your current project. What you did in console-based projects. What are the project names?
Yes, sir. I have done a console-based project that is loan banking system, which is using the OOPS concepts of Java.
Okay. So, what are the concepts used in OOPS? Why we need to go for OOPS?
Sir, for writing the code in a structured way with by following some ethics and principles, we go for OOPS concepts. In that, we have several principles like abstraction, polymorphism, inheritance, and
explain about encapsulation. Why we need encapsulation and explain detailed way.
Yes, sir. Why we need encapsulation means to provide modularity and security. We need encapsulation, sir. Without encapsulation, anybody can access directly our private data and modify the data. If we encapsulation, we can wrapping the data or binding the data into related, which are related functionalities into a single unit. The single unit can be a class or a interface or a package. Without inheritance, without interface.
Encapsulation.
Without encapsulation, there is no restricted access. To provide restricted access, we go for encapsulation. It is a combination of data hiding and abstraction.
Explain one scenario where you restricted the access for your data.
Sir, in ATM stimulation, we are restricting the access for modifying the balances, sir. If you are able to modify the changes in our balance, then we can modify as per our requirements. It is not possible for customers. It is only possible for the admins or developers.
Okay. For providing the restricted access, what you did?
I have kept as our fields as private, and I have used public methods like getters and setters to access and set the data from the other classes.
Okay. Already you are accessing the data by using setters and getters, right? Then where is the security?
Yes, sir. We can write the logic, sir. We can write the business logics like if you are entering the age, if the age is greater than only 21 or is less than only 120, then we can modify the data. These logics we can write in setters.
Okay. So in the setter method, you will be going to modify according to your rules.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So tell me what is meant by fully encapsulated class?
Sir, if a class can consider as fully encapsulated class when it contains an argument constructor, an all argument constructor, in a two-string method, and public methods like getters and setters. And our field should be private.
Okay. Can we make a class as a private?
No, sir.
No. Okay. So if I don't want to access my class into another classes, what should I do?
Our class constructor must be private, sir.
Okay.
So we cannot create the object for our class in other classes. We cannot access the details of our classes in other classes.
Can we make our constructor as a static?
No, sir. We can only use the access modifiers. We cannot use the non-access modifiers for the constructors.
Why?
Because constructor is related to the object, sir. Static is loading while the class is loading.
Okay, can I use final for constructor?
No, sir.
Are you sure?
No, sir. Yes, sir.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So tell me about constructor.
Sir, constructor which is used to initialize the instance data members, and it is used to create the objects. It is called while the object is created automatically. And if we want to provide any values whenever the object is created, we use parameterized constructor. If we use parameterized constructor, the Java compiler won't provide the default constructor. At the time, if you want to create an object with no arguments, we need to create the no argument constructor. And no argument constructor is also used to provide our default values based on our requirements.
Okay. So tell me why we need to go for constructor chaining.
Constructor chaining is used to call the one constructor in other constructor. It is only by using this of and super of. To reduce the object creations, we use constructor chainings.
Okay. Okay. So reduce the
Initializations.
initialization. Example.
If we are creating an object with four parameters, in that we can call the 3 parameters constructor by using this of by the values which are came for the 4 parameter constructor. We are passing those values to 3 parameters constructor. Then we can pass the values to 3 argument constructor. In 3 argument constructor, we can call the 2 argument constructor by passing the values which are came for the 3 argument constructors.
So to initializing the object values every time.
Yes, sir.
So you will be going to do only one time.
Yes, sir.
Correct? Wonderful. So explain about this and super.
This and super we can use in constructors and as well as methods also, sir. This is used to if you want to initialize the values which are to the fields which are in the current class, we use this. If you want to initialize the data for the fields which are in super class, we use super.
Okay, explain about diamond problem.
The diamond problem will occur in inheritance, which means if multiple inheritance is not possible by classes, because if a class A and class B and a class C, which class C extends class A and class B at a time, there is a ambiguity, sir, which means if you extend the classes, the constructor which is default constructor in our class will get ambiguous, because in constructor by default super of method is there to call the super class constructor. So the super of will be ambiguous.
I don't have duplicate methods in class A, class B, then is it going to work?
Duplicate?
Class A, method 1. Class B, method 2. Where my class C extends A, comma B. I don't have ambiguity, I have a different methods. Is it going to work?
Ambiguity is due to constructor, sir.
So ambiguity will not with the methods?
Yes, sir. If you have a duplicate methods, then also
okay, I'm saying that I don't have a duplicate methods. Then is it going to work?
No, sir.
Then why? What it's giving you?
Ambiguity, sir. Due to constructors only we are...
Forget about constructors. I'm talking about methods. So, class A, I have a method 1. Class B, I have a method 2. Class C extends A, comma B. Is it going to work?
No, sir. It will give the compilation error only.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Now you can explain and related to constructors. Explain about related to constructors. The ambiguity.
Yes, sir. In class A and class B, we have default constructor by default, which provided by the Java compiler. In class C also we have a default constructor which is provided by the Java compiler. It is by implicitly calls the superclass constructors which are extended by those classes. Like if C extends class A and class B, they are default constructors in class A and class B. Then the constructor becomes ambiguous by
which constructor is going to call.
Yes.
Okay. Good. So tell me about exception versus error.
Sir, exception and error are both childs of throwable. Throwable is an interface.
Interface? Class interface.
Abstract class.
Abstract class. Okay. Are you sure? What is throwable? Throwable is the class. Okay, go on.
Throwable
normal class. It's a normal class. Yeah.
Throwable is a class. In that we have two childs like error and exception. By using exception handling, we can handle both error and exception, but we cannot prefer the handling the exceptions in real time. If we throw
errors or exceptions,
errors,
can we handle errors?
No, sir. By technically, we can write the throws. By using throws keyword, we can throw the throwable. In that we can handle the error, but it is not preferred in real time, sir, because by serious problems like out of memory error, stack overflow will be hidden. So we are not preferring the throwing the throwable as exception. We can throw the exception and runtime exceptions.
Okay.
In runtime exception, we have all unchecked exceptions, and exception chains are checked exceptions. But runtime exception is checked exception, and the chains are unchecked exceptions, so it will consider as partially checked exception.
Okay.
By using throws, we can throw the checked exceptions to satisfy the compiler. we can throw unchecked exceptions also, but it is no impact.
Tell me what are the types of exceptions?
Sir, we have checked exceptions and unchecked exceptions. In checked exceptions, we have several exceptions like IO exception and file not found exception. In unchecked exception, we have arithmetic exception,
Tell me
null pointer
five
exception,
exceptions in checked, 5 exceptions in unchecked.
IO exception, sir, class not found exception, SQL exception, and class not found exception, interrupted exceptions.
Very good. When you will get
Interrupted
exception at runtime? Okay, IO exception when you will get at runtime?
When when we are working with file IO, sir, in that we are creating an object for file, and if you want to create a file, we are using a method which is in the class.
What is the method name?
In the class file, we have a method name called create new file method. If you want to create a file, we are using the method create new file. By creating a object for file class like file f is equals to new file, it is expecting a object which is expecting a string, sir, which is path, in which path we have to create the file. Here we are giving the path, and we can create the file by using create new file method. Whenever we are calling the create new file method, automatically the compiler will checks and throws an exception which is checked exception, file not found exception, sir.
Tell me SQL exception, when you can get SQL exception?
Yes, sir. When we are connecting with JDBC to database, then we are getting the SQL exception, sir. In that we have first of all we are loading the class, sir, by using class.forName.
Okay.
In that, if whenever we are using the class.forName, it expecting the path. If the class is already loaded, then it will throws. If the class is not found, then it will throws the class not found exception.
So what is the package name? I mean, what is the path name you need to give inside the for name method?
Sir, mysql.cj jdbc.cj.driver.
Driver is for class name.
Yes, sir.
What is the fully qualified package name?
mysql
Mm-hmm.
jdbc.cj.
So com.mysql.cj.jdbc.driver. Okay. Yeah. So driver manager dot get connection you are using, right? Inside that URL, username and password, right? We need to give get connection. What is that URL? Can you explain that URL? Didn't remember. Okay. Explain about customized exception. How to create?
Sir, we can create the customized exceptions by extending our class with exception, or we can extend the runtime exception also. If we extend exception, then it will consider as checked exception. If we extend runtime exception, then it consider as unchecked exception, sir.
Okay. So if I am going to extend throwable, what happens? Can I extend throwable for normal? For example, what's your name? I forgot. Anjali exception extends exception. It's working. You mentioned that is called checked.
Yes, sir.
Anjali exception extends runtime exception, that is unchecked. So let's say Anjali exception extends throwable. Which exception it is? So tell me finalize.
Yes, sir. Finally, final or keyword, sir.
Finally, okay. Finalize.
Finalize is a method in the object class method. Object class. Finally is used in exception handling to whenever, even though the exception is occurred or not, the finally block will be executed.
Why should I use that?
For maintaining the connection closing, sir.
Okay.
If we are using in JDBC, we are using the connections and statements and result sets. If you want to close those, we use dot close method in the finally block to close the connections.
Okay, if I am getting the finally block, there are some exceptions. You closed in line number 2, 3, 4. For example, you closed result set, you closed connections and everything, 3, 4, 5.
Yes, sir.
If I am getting a exception in line number 2, finally block,
then abnormal termination will be generated, sir. For avoiding this, we are using the try with resources, sir.
Okay, so for example, if I am getting a problem in finally block, can I use try catch in the finally block?
Yes, sir. We can use try catch in finally block also, sir.
Okay. So then what is meant by try with resources? Why should I go for try with resources?
So try with resources, if you are getting, if the connections are inside the try block, we cannot use in finally block for closing statements. So first of all, we are declaring as null. connection C is equals to null. If you are not reassigned the connection with another variables, with another values, then it will be stay as null only. Null dot anything is null pointer exception. To avoid this, we are using try with resources.
What is null pointer exception? What is string index out of bounds exception? Two are different, right? When you will get null pointer exception, when you will get string index out of bounds exception.
If string s is equals to null, we have declared, sir. Then we are writing that s dot length. Then we create, then the s value is null.
Correct.
Then we are getting the null pointer exceptions. If the same like s is equals to any name, if you are accessing the element which is not in the given string, then we are getting the string index out of bounds exception.
Good. Explain about shallow copy versus deep copy.
Yes, sir. Shallow copy means copying one object into another object, sir. But it will create a different copy for primitive data type objects. If we use shallow copy for referenced objects, it will share the objects, sir, but it not creating another copy. By sharing the only one memory, if you want to change any value by using s1 and s2, we have two objects. If you change the referenced object data like city is equals to Hyderabad, by default it is in Hyderabad. If you want to change it into Bangalore, then it will affect the previous object also.
So second object data is affecting to first
object data, sir.
When you are using shallow copy.
Yes, sir.
If I want to go for, I don't want to avoid this, I want to avoid this.
If you want to avoid, we use deep copy, sir. In that we can, it is work by using constructors. In that constructors, we are using copy constructors, sir. By creating when we are assigning the values for the referenced objects, then we are creating a new object, sir. And in that particular class, we are also creating the copy constructor.
Great. Okay. Yeah, good, ma. So whatever we covered, that's enough for core Java. So next time we'll be going to connect with the collections and multi-threading. Okay. Java 8 features too. Okay. All the best. Yes, good job. Good job.